right? There we go. And for now, we are done with our header. We can close it just like that. Let me try to create some space. We're done with our head. Or let me open it for future references when you're watching this video. And then we are going to go to our body. And then in our body, we are going to have different sections. As we can see in this website, we have this section. The homepage will be a section on its own. The About Us will be a section on its own. The article will be a section on its own. And the services will be a section on its own. Right? So let's create our first section. Our first section. Section tab. What do we want in our section? Nice. And then here is the simplest way where we can create our section. Section with the class of, we can name our class to be web cover, since it's a cover page. This one, this class over here, it's not a bootstrap class. We are going to create this class on our CSS, our style.css. Then you can say inside our sections we have a div. Inside our div we have an, since you can see right here, these menu tab, I'll say are menu buttons, even though they don't really look like buttons, but they are buttons. So this is actually a list. So we're going to create this using a list, right? We can use an unordered list. Our list will be having our unordered list, we can call it navigation, right? Then in our unordered list we'll have list items. How many of them do we have? It's 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll say times 4 should work fine. So in those list items, the first one will be having our, another thing, in all of these list items, since we're creating them to be buttons, they need to have a tags. So we can do like this, times, let's say 5. Why I'm saying 5? Because we have this place logo here, which is also part of the list. You'll see how we'll make it different from the list when we go on. Times 5, and then in each and every list item we must have an a tag, right? There we go. Hash. To make our lives easier, we can just type these hashes all at once. You click this, the first one, then you press your control button on your keyboard. I'm not sure on Mac what do you call the control button, but I think it's command, I'm not sure. And then we'll go to all of your refs. For now we'll say hash so that they can work just fine. The first one will say it's place logo. The second one will be home. The third one will be, let me use caps locks, home. And then we'll be having our services, and then we'll be having our articles, right? And have our about us. Okay, let's save them and let's see how do they look on our website. Wow, we have this, and when you hover around, you see they are all underlined, which is a nice thing. So I think we're done with our HTML for our front page section. Then we'll have to go to the CSS for that same page. But we are not done. At some point we'll need classes here. Let me say we'll need classes. Why do we need classes? I'll explain it right now. Class, right? Why do we need classes? As you can see in this website, right, we have this home button, which is normal. I would say it's normal. It's not tilted or rotated in a way, you see. And then we have this one. It's also quite the same with this one. Then we have this one, which is rotated at a certain angle, and then we have about us with it's rotated at another angle. So we must have different classes so that we can style these buttons differently. That's why we're having different classes for each and every list item. So the first one we can call it logo. The second one we can call it, it's a nav button, nav for nav button. Then we can say home. Then we'll say services, articles, about us, or we can just write about. Okay. Let's go and check. Nothing much have changed. Yeah, that's good. Then we go to our style sheet. In order to style everything accordingly, like according to what we want, we need to disable all of the default settings for HTML, meaning all. Like for everything that sits on the HTML, you must do this first. What you must do, you must set the padding to 0. You must set the margin to 0, right? This is the first line that will be read by the, like when the HTML is fetching styles from the style.css, it will read this, and then it will remove each and every style that it's automatically applied to the HTML. Let's see. You can see the dots are no longer there. There's no padding, there's no margin anymore, right? For everything that is in the HTML document, it will first read that. Then we'll say, since we'll be having an ordered list throughout our project, we can say for an unordered list, we must have our list style set to none. By setting our list style to 9, we're removing those dots before the before the list items, right? Let me do like this. I want to see something. Cut this and save. I want you to see something. You see, when we refresh our page, we have these dots right here for an ordered list, right? Let me do like this, and then let me remove the first part and save. You'll see something. Those dots are gone. They are gone. Then when I replace the first part, the padding and margin, it's gone right now. Yeah, there we go. Then since we're there, I think we're done for general settings. We can say for cover page, cover let's do like this up until here. Remove that. Okay, then we'll have our class. Okay, in style dots, in all of the CSS files that you might create in your life, when you're about to style a class, you must indicate with this dot. Is it a dot or a full stop, whatever you call it? You must place it before the name. So we'll start by styling the web cover because it's our first class, if I'm not mistaken. Go to HTML. Here, HTML. Okay, thanks. We are going to style this part, meaning when you style this class over here, we'll be styling the entire section, right? So let us go to our CSS dot style. We'll say web cover. For our web cover, we'll say our background image, background image URL, and then in URL we'll be having images. From images we have this home page background. Let's see, what did it do? My laptop is a bit slow, please excuse me for that. We have our background. Repeat. How many times do we want our image to repeat? Ground. Repeat. No, repeat. We don't want it to repeat. How big do we want our background to be? We want our background size to cover, like to cover everything that we will select. Then after that, how can I say, the height of our background. Is that how you spell height? Okay, thanks. We want it to be 100 VH. When I say 100 VH, I mean it should cover the entire part that is shown to the user. I didn't comment this part over here, that's why it was not working. I didn't comment that part, that's why it's not working. So it was trying to read this line of code and it realized, no, I don't know this guy. So let's go, it should work right now. Kaboom! There we go. We have our background. It's nice. Yeah, I like it. Then let's go on. Oh, sorry. We had a class called, let me go and copy the word, let me copy all the classes that I'll need. So that I don't make mistake with typing. Cut, paste, save. Then let me go to our style.css. Control V. All of these are classes. Okay. Yeah. Then we can do like this. Okay. There we go. Then let's start by styling our navigation bar on its own. In our navigation bar, we want the list style to be none. List style to be set to none. Oh, no, none. That's it. Then we want our margin on top. margin top to be, let's say, minus 1.5 1.5%. Our logo will be having our position set to absolute, right? So we can style it according to our needs. We'll say in padding, it's padding top. Padding top will be 20 VH. Then we'll have our padding top to move it a bit down. Then we'll have our padding left. We'll make it to be, let's say, I think 20% will be fine. Padding left, 20% of the screen from this side to there. Let's see. Hope it's fine. Then let's say font family. Font family. It's not Niva but Viner. Viner and ITC. Okay, then let's style our navigation, our A tags. Control D to duplicate. Then must have our list, our anchor. Now what you are aiming, we're saying in the class navigation, I want the list item. I want in the list item a tag, an a tag, or an a tag. I'm not that good in English. Right? What do I want in that a tag? I want the list style. Before I go to list style, to see what I'm trying to do. You see now it's a bit blue because this blue color shows it's a link, right? A tags are for links. So this blue color is for link, and it was going to be underlined in some way if we didn't do some of the settings that we created up there. So we're going to say style should be none. We don't want the text style. Then we will say our color, set our color to white, right? There we go. There we go. We should see our place logo here written in white, and all of these, all of the others will be written in white right here in the top of the corner. Kaboom! There we go. But this place logo is a bit small right there. So what we can do, we'll say here font size, cells 90 pixels, and let's see what does it bring on the table. Okay, not that bad. Not that bad. Let's say 100, and let's see. Yeah, there we go. There we go. There we go. We are done with the logo. Then we are going to go to Nav Home. Nav Home, we're going to say position. in all of the nav buttons we should have position absolute. Why are we having position absolute? So that we can style them differently, right? So let me select all of them all at once so that I will just type position absolute all at once. Saves energy, make our lives easier. Position, I think that's how we type position absolute. There we go. Let's see. They should all be stuck on top of each other in this corner right now. There we go. You see, they're all stuck on top of each other. So we can start styling them one by one, and it won't affect each other since they are in a list, right? Then let's go to nav home and style it. We'll say for nav home we want our padding top. Padding top to be 93 VH. 93 VH. Then we want our padding left to be 10%. 10%. Let's see. How is our home button right now? Should leave others and go down there. There we go. It's exactly where we want it to be. So we'll go to our service button. In our service button, we'll want our we want exactly same styles except for padding left, so we can just say cut paste and also paste it here, and then we say instead of 10% it's 40%, because we only want to move the face. As you can see here, home and service button are exactly the same height, but it's the only difference with them is the padding from the left. So we can fix that by just saying padding left 40%. Then let's go to our Bushalen. Boom. There we go. It's exactly where we want it to be, right? Then we go to our articles. You want articles button. So in articles button, we'll say padding top 109 VH. Padding top 109 VH. Then we'll say padding left. Padding left 58%. Transform it. Transform, and we'll rotate it with negative 40 degrees. Negative 40 degrees. And let's see, it should be around here. There we go. Then we'll go to our nav about button. Then in our nav about, we have padding top 95 VH, padding top 95 VH. Then we'll have padding left, we can say 83%, shift percent, then we'll say transform, we'll rotate it, it's negative 45 degrees, dark. Why did I duplicate it? Oh, that's a mistake. So let's go and see what do we have. There we go. We have our home page.